This piece here is from chapter 7, Police, Peers and Teenage Years. The first time I was searched by the police, I was 12, maybe 13 years old. There was no adult present and I was not read my rights. This is both completely illegal and entirely normal. Apparently someone fitting my description had robbed someone. During that same year, I saw one of my older friends get chopped in the back of his head several times with a meat cleaver by another boy of his age. These two trends, illegal and racialized treatment by the state, and the attempted murder of one working class black boy by another, would enter my life for the first time in the same year, is more coming of age than coincidence. The violence of the state, the violence of my peers, both integral and inescapable parts of black male adolescence in London. In fact, working class youth gangs have been part of life in British inner cities, as has the overinflated moral panic about them, for well over a century, as this London Echo report from 1898 makes clear. So this is a report from the London Echo in 1898. I want you to think about this and imagine this was today. This could be written today, right? I should do my stupid 1898 voice, but I don't know what that would sound like. No one can have read the London, Liverpool, Birmingham, Manchester and Leeds papers and not know that the young street ruffian and prowler with his heavy belt, treacherous knife and dangerous pistol is amongst us. He is an evidence in London, east, north and south. The question for every man who cares for streets that are safe after dark, decent when dark, not disgraced by filthy shouts and brutal deeds, is what is to be done with this development of the city boy and the slum denizen. What is to be done with the city boy and the slum denizen? Don't even know if I'm pronouncing that word correctly, to be fair. Not 1/10 of the doings of these young rascals gets into the press. Not 1/2 is known to the police. So as you can see, the panic about the way gangs are and the way they conduct themselves has been around for a very, very long time. And what's interesting, when you look at the primary sources from that period, a lot of the residents of British slums in the late 19th and early 20th century were either Irish or Jewish. And much of what is today said about young black people being innately criminal or whatever else was then said about Jewish and Irish people. They were criminal just because they were from criminal cultures. Jewish crime, Irish crime. And so you start to see some parallels. England's always had slums, and the outcomes in those slums have always been unpleasant. And as the demographic of those slums has changed, as the residents in those slums changed, ethnicity has become the primary explanation or marker rather than the conditions in the slums themselves, and so on and so forth. And so this chapter tries to go into some of that.